I'm Evil Taz and welcome back to my playthrough of Starfield. If you like the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Alright guys, we are back, and as you can see we got a quest up there, and Andresia's catching up with us.
Ah, yes. They build a monument to the people they lost, but not the people they killed. If you are free soon, could we talk?
Yes.
I need you to know how much it means that you came for me. There is no way to properly thank you or to repay you for what you have done. I quite literally owe you my life.
So I feel that any character that you have a relationship with were the ones have a chance of suffering their fate in the last video, but I could be mistaken.
As am I. As grateful as I am, it is hard to feel that my life does not come at too great a cost. Barrett had been through so much and kept his good humor despite it all. He deserved better.
Feeling guilty won't bring anyone back.
I know. I will move past this eventually, with your help.
Die.
I know. We all know. Losing Barrett is tragic. But things could have been so much worse without you.
We did this to ourselves. Starborn warned us and we didn't listen. We can't let it end like this. Stop it. There's nothing I can do.
You did not do nothing. You saved my life. And that will not be the last thing you do. We will press on. We will continue our search, and we will learn what these Starborn are trying to keep from us. Now we truly know the stakes are too high to do anything else.
Yeah, my thought was, I kind of wanted to go back and see, but then I didn't really bother with it. But what happens if we stayed in the lodge and someone would have died on the eye? I'm thinking, I'm curious who that would have been. I mean, if you only maintain relationships with one character, and then you stay with them, would they just pick someone at random? Anyway, I don't know.
Even Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds? Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other, even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps we should talk about this inside.
He was just staring at us. He just took off. I did go to the UC Center and pick up some ammo. I wanted to get some more ammo for this gun. End up getting more for that. A little bit for this. Feel like I'm this gun for now. Got so much ammo for it.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
No, it's a stretch.
I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more. In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun, and he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code? A way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave.
Be specific.
Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story. The Enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the
And we just talked to Andreja.
to catch up, and I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
Yeah, whatever. Even. Okay, so we have to go to 24 and go to this one first. Just in the well. Where are we in terms of leveling up? I realized in the last video, this will actually help out my weapons, all the weapons that I use. To rank that up. Oh, these guys aren't upset at us for shooting them up. It's a good thing.
We run a number of social programs, from financial aid to food banks. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
We understand that you are busy, but this might be important. Anything you could tell us would be helpful.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing. A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that.
Maybe there's a hidden message in what he was saying.
It's part of our core principles. There's no God pushing us to do good for some eternal reward. We have to help each other because we choose to. If no one takes responsibility for making the settled systems better, then we're just leaving it to the tyrants to bully the rest of us. Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again. Besides what the Keeper would say about it, sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or in mathematics it would mean one, like the one, the first or the beginning. Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
Hey, the prisoner. What's this? Oh, New Atlanta. Oh, in the wrong way. Okay, so it's an elevator right here. Okay, we are going to the spaceport, so see where it sends us to. Ah, spaceport, of course. Oh yeah, we've got to go to the prison, which is straight ahead.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
There's that robot that we accidentally killed because he started attacking us. In the last video, I used my power on a whole bunch of civilians, and
Nice suit.
they've shot some of them as well.
A visitor? I have all the company I need. He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions.
Few are willing to accept the truth, but at least he has reached out to you.
The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
Cosmic Serpent, oh.
If the Keeper has been to see you, perhaps he has mentioned it?
Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all. I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the Great Serpent casts to deceive the faithless. Then we are done.
I have no idea what they're talking about. Return to this guy. Really? What up, Sergeant Yumi? Hasn't given us any missions for a while. I just fast travel? Nope. If I fast travel to the lodge, it's going to put me right in front of the door, which is where I need.
I do find that statue pleasing. I wonder if it matches the original vision of the artist, or if they changed the design as they worked on it.
A lot of back and forth in this one. Lodge is in that direction. Look around this way. Wonder. Let's stop off at UC Distribution Center real quick. See if they got any ammo for us. I don't think it's been enough time for it to reset.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks. Welcome to UC.
Let's see.
I hope we.
Don't. The annoying part for me is having to wait 48 hours for the inventory to restock or to get back money and such. Once I've finished my playthrough of the game, I'm definitely going to download some mods, make quality of life a little better, that's for sure.
The lives of nearly every individual in the settled systems are so heavily influenced by what goes on.
Actually, it is quite close to the lodge. Lodge is over in that direction.
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought?
Second and 2.
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn?
The Enlightened story. Spoke to Varun Zealot.
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Was there anything else? If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
And, name of a star system. Next planet I'm finding is named Dum Dum. What do you think?
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum, at 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
Think sacred out there, bringing everything together. It's just a word.
Ah, but what makes something like that holy? Gravity is also a force that brings things together. Should that be sanctified?
Gravity is a miracle, just like itself. No, that's a natural force. Unity is something greater. And it already sanctified doesn't grab pilgrim.
It is one of the great contradictions of belief. We feel the presence of something out there, but we insist that it is also everywhere. So you think this word unity describes that divine unknowableness that the pilgrim searched for?
Could it be that somehow natural forces like gravity are, what, a side effect or a function of something greater at work? Interesting.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
Go to Indum 2. Dum Dum. Going to Dum Dum. Okay, we've got a bunch of side missions here. I'm not gonna worry about those too much. Where are we going? None of those. Ended up back at the same thing again. Let's try this one. Wow, the final rank of steel allows you to steal equipped weapons. Kinda sick. Take their weapons right out of their hands. We're on planet Dum Dum, let's go. Got weak gravity. Couple of scans while we're here. Search for clues. Unity. They're like glowing over there. Last a bit of piece of piece. Is that anything? Is that funny? Yeah, we've found 2, 3, and 4. We're missing 1. Here we got another building here on the right. Right there. Still search for clues, alright. Alien stew right there. Okay, this is book 5. If you came seeking the right answers, you will know what question to ask. I return your question with a question. Read my writings? I have not. What is the burden of people? Where does enduring contentment come from? Wow, I got that right? I was just guessing. Grab that book in a second. Maybe there's multiple answers to it. Here's the artifact. That just increased our damage by 5%. Nice. She's right next. Find the scorpion sting on Hyla 2. Okay, let's just fast travel here. Nope, clicked the wrong plan. Game definitely feels more stable now. I've been playing it a while though. Watch my previous videos. You'll know that probably have crashed a few. We need to kill those things? I don't think so. How do we get over there? Can we? Guess we can swim. Not taking any damage. Super slow swimmer though. A health.
Clearly some connection to the creatures in the area. What could it mean?
Okay, so I shouldn't have swam. I should have jumped across some of that. Alright, let me just reload. Alright, here we go. Definitely better.
That statue. Clearly some connection to the creatures in the area. What could it mean?
You hostile. going on? Find the scorpion sting. I'm activating it. Alright. Alright guys, I took some time to look around and we've got some constellation here on the ground. We've got a light beam, so we gotta line up the light beam, I think. See how it's moving. So, because I hit the button a few times, might be different. So now it lines up with this one. We need to line up with this one, like the final point. There we go. Go to the last star of Scorpion's constellation. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna fast travel here. I don't want to run through that whole all that water again. You.
Unknown vessel. Prepare to submit to...
Wait! I know her. This is Captain Young. Please acknowledge. It's nice to see you. Been busy risking your ass for total strangers, huh? You are one of the strangest creatures I've ever met. A veritable anomaly. Do I have to? Fine. Private Psy says hi. No more passing messages. Decorum, Marines. So, Command signed off on our unauthorized training mission. Sadly lost some men, but training accidents happen to the best of us.
Can't believe you were court-martialed.
I stand by it. You'd make a hell of a Marine. But, damn proud to know you too. Command's shipping us off to parts unknown. But would you accept a final parting gift?
Sure.
It's a nice thought, but the galaxy's a big place. A lot of good people owe you their lives. Maybe one day some of us can return the favor. Young out.
Weird that we have to hit it twice. I don't want to take points out of the engine, especially when we're getting close to a planet that we might get attacked on.
You found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go.
Keeper Aquila sent me to find the true meaning of unity.
You did. Now it's all starting to make sense. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you. I can speak for myself. Constellation ship, you weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace. And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want.
I'll begin the docking procedure.
Good. See, we can all get along. For now.
Alright, let's see what happens. It's our first friendly encounter with Starborn. I'm actually gonna do a full save. Alright, she's not with us.
Hello. Again. Do you remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
All we ever wanted to talk, you attacked us.
Yes, we did. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
That doesn't justify murder. I agree. Killing you and taking your artifacts.
Yes. Let's talk about what really matters.
The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
Not a relatively expendable Dusty anymore, are you? Look at where you've ended up. I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who ran to the Eye. I left you behind to protect the artifacts, and the Hunter killed you.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours. And that's the problem. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your launch because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity
is within your grasp. It means I've seen thousands of universes, collected their artifacts, been to their temples. You have a small taste of their power, but it keeps going. You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks, to give up, to appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
So I help one of you. We combine our artifacts and Unity.
Bingo.
I want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine or the Hunters?
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
Optional. Talk to the hunter, talk to the emissary, leave the Scorpius. Huh. Alright, just a quick save, just because I wanted to...
Sure you have more questions. I know we're not the same people we met in our
Yeah.
universes. Still, it's good to see you again, old friend. It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you, offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us? Different? I never know who you are when I meet a new version. But so much of you stays the same. It's hard. But each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again, as yours won't have its real me. You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way. When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the Armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the Unity, and from there, you can become Starborn.
Let's talk to this guy.
The emissary is on you. The Unity is meant for whomever can get there. Don't fall for that talk of worthiness. Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it. I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary. to decide what to do about you.
Interesting.
To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, packing through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore. They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge. No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept tending. And it's bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
Interesting. Alright, well. Leave the Scorpius.
Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are seekers there you must discover for yourself. Here, to open the way.
Oh, you Starborn, sure like you. Must see for yourself, man. Fine.
Yes, I will say no more. And I am sorry we have not always been forthcoming. I hope you will see what I have seen. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure that they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
Okay, we got a skill point. Let's first. Wow. Need to kill more people. Keep hold. I'm gonna keep hold of it, just in case we level up on the 19 more enemies. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to review my video again when I'm editing and stuff, just to listen to that through that whole conversation with these guys.
contraband. Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis. Please enjoy your visit to Jemison.
These guys aren't aggro anymore.
Is the city meant to inspire or intimidate? We're fortunate that Walter has used his considerable funds to maintain the lodge, are we not?
Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together. To say goodbye. You know, to Barrett. Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
Mateo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity.
Infinite number of me out there. I feel sorry for all of them.
Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Let's take a step back. This is everything we've been building towards, and the implications are a lot to take in. Could you explain the part about multiple universes one more time for everyone?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
Multiverse of madness, right here. Apparently, in another universe, I died and Barrett lived. The emissary now, Starborn. I met a version of Barrett. He told me, did he create Starborn? You can cross universes.
And that's why the Starborn want the artifacts so desperately. They're the keys to unlocking the infinite.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the Hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation.
This is our mission, to go into the unknown, think what awaits us, new life, powers of Starborn. We should take time to think about what this means.
You're right. We have to see the unity for ourselves.
I know this has been a lot for everyone to take in, but we finally have answers. Let's make the best of them.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen.
Dr. Vladimir.
We should have a talk when you have the
I don't
time.
want to sleep for 5 days just so that I can
The lodge just feels empty.
not miss
These
out on the
last
thing.
glimpses from the eye are from
Goodbye.
the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining pieces outside the hands of the Starborn. Catch a smile out there.
Need a ship with a grav jump range of 21 light years to reach destination. Grav jump range is influenced by the ship's grav drive, the ship's mass, or aerodynamic skill.
Huh? Oh.
Ron Hope was a real piece of work, wasn't he?
Was drifting away there.
Despicable is too kind a word. He held innocent people with little regard, treating their lives like numbers on a balance sheet. It's an absolute disgrace. I'm relieved to hear you say that. Letting him off the hook would have been a terrible injustice.
Taking a bribe to overlook his crimes would have been a horrible thing to do.
Had you taken the money, this would have been a very different conversation. I'm proud of you. It took a lot of integrity to say no to that offer.
Money isn't everything.
No, it certainly isn't. Especially when it comes at the expense of human lives. Well, I think I've lectured you enough. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me. I have something I need to discuss with you. Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. In fact, I'm amazed you were able to deal with them at all. Those types of corporations remind me why I never ventured into business. I can't stand that way of life. It is disgusting. And I'm pleased you recognized that Ryujin almost made a grievous error in judgment. After all, based on your recommendation, they've ceased their work on that disturbing neuroamp technology.
Could have kept... Oh.
Why wouldn't I be pleased about your decision? Can you imagine if that technology had fallen into the wrong hands? The awful things you could force people to do.
Yeah, we're the only ones that can
Terribly frightening. Yes, quite. Well, I've certainly taken up enough of your time. Thanks for letting me get that off my mind.
I need to inventory all our equipment and...
Still got things she wants to say.
Sorry to pull you aside like this, but I wanted to take a moment to congratulate you. Taking those steps to eradicate the Terramorph threat is essential to the safety of every living thing in the settled systems. You should be proud.
They got to be done. Those creatures were dangerous.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you treated the situation with the urgency it deserved. I only wish that the United Colonies chose to exterminate the Terramorphs with the experimental microbe, instead of choosing this ridiculous Asili solution.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, their decision was based on your recommendation. That was a risky choice you've made.
That grin.
I beg to differ with you. Deploying the Asili solution is going to take years, perhaps even decades. The microbe would have cut that time drastically.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, there's no use dwelling on the past. You need to live with the decision that's been made. Unfortunately, locking away the Lazarus plant instead of eliminating it adds to the risk. Anything that accelerates the Terramorph life cycle should have been completely removed from the equation. Why take the chance? You haven't let me down. You've simply given me cause for concern. I'll tell you what. Let's put this past us, shall we? I'm sure everything will work out in the end. There's something I need to talk to you about.
More stuff.
All right. Give me a moment. I don't know where to start. I need you to tell me what on earth possessed you to side with the Crimson Fleet and betray UC Sistef. Have you completely lost your mind? It's almost as though I don't know you anymore.
I don't want to do this right now.
No, I'm not going to calm down. Don't you realize that by strengthening the Crimson Fleet, you've done irreparable damage to the United Colonies? Not to mention the fact that you've exposed the rest of the settled systems to one of its most dangerous enemies.
Didn't care about them.
Don't be ridiculous. Of course I still care. Though I ended my service with the United Colonies years ago, I continue to remain vigilant as to what's going on within its borders. anything that has a negative effect on the UC can also trigger a negative effect on Constellation. It had better be good, because you've got a lot to explain.
Getting so angry.
Have you completely lost your mind? The Crimson Fleet swoop in like vultures, take everything that isn't nailed down, and leave nothing in their wake except destruction and death. So that's it then. Just water under the bridge to you. Is that all this is?
Pretty much.
Listen, I'm not here to tell you how to run your life. I was simply giving you some guidance from the perspective of a friend. What you choose to do with my advice is completely up to you.
Wow, she had a lot to say. Anyway, uh-oh. Mentioned the game doesn't crash that much and it just crashed. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to stop right here. I will catch you in the next one.